Welcome, YouTube. This your boy Scott Lewis, Apartment Gamer and More, Brooklyn Nets Stoop Edition. We got some latest news. The Brooklyn Nets acquire Terrence Mann and another first round pick, and now that brings them up to 5 picks in the first round. I don't think any NBA team had 5 picks. It's clear that they are trying to use those picks probably to move up. Uh, it's no surprise. I mean, I think everybody know what the Nets' attention is here by accumulating all these first round picks in 2025. Let me take a look at this. I ain't gonna stay on too long, but I'm gonna kind of like get to put this out there for my net fans. Okay, let's bring this up. This latest news from Yahoo Sports. The Nets suddenly hold 5 first-round picks and all the power after landing Terrence Mann. But see, that Terrence Mann is not the main thing here. The main thing here is the Brooklyn Nets may be in position of any year to enter in the NBA draft on Wednesday night. Franchise thanks for a three-team deal with Boston Celtics and Atlanta Hawks on Tuesday afternoon. Now holds 5 picks in the opening round of the draft. The Nets will have 6 total. Well, one in the second round, including the second round pick. The Nets acquired Terrence Mann and a number 22 overall pick in the draft from the Atlanta Hawks, which was part of a 3-team deal that sent Porzingis to the Hawks. The Nets gave up nothing in the deal and only have to take on Mann's 3-year, $47 million deal. Well, knowing that the Nets have all this cap space, that was something that they can wheel and deal. They can use that. Terrence Mann's $47 million deal was not too bad. And this will allow them to negotiate with all these draft picks to move down in the draft to get who everybody's kind of like saying is who that will be, and clearly there's a couple of draft players in the early rounds that want to come to the Nets. I know the Nets are very, you'll get an opportunity to showcase your skills. The Nets will be a great place for a lot of players to, young players to come to. So this is something. They doing their thing. So this will work out. I'm gonna put the link in. I'm not gonna stay too long, but yeah, Leaf. Yeah, it was a low key trade. It was real low key. That thing was low key. But that's a power move, though. That's a power move when you don't give up nothing and you gain something. You know what I'm saying? So this works in the Nets' favor to negotiate to move up and get what they want. And if a team doesn't deal at that point, it's just because they don't want to deal. They just don't want to deal. They just don't want to deal. Yeah, that's a low key move, man. I think that was I think it was a good move, to be honest. Oh. Hey, what's up, Leaf?
What's the deal, bro?
Not much. What's up? What you think about that move right there?
That was a solid deal. I mean,
I
I,
th-
I don't have no problem with it. I mean, it wasn't a great.
a
If I'm like,
It
let's
wasn't a
just be clear.
splash. It
You know,
wasn't
it
a
wasn't a
splash
splash, but it was a little by little type of deal. It was like little move
it,
here, little move there.
to lead to
That
something big,
yeah,
right?
to lead to something. To lead to something a little bit better. Oh, yo, you mess with that vape shit, bro?
Yeah.
I know people that mess with it, bro.
Yeah, well, you gotta remember, I used to smoke cigarettes since I was 14 years old, man.
Oh damn! Oh yeah,
So
yeah, you had, yeah. Damn, you had a rough one, bro. Like, oh, over the years.
Yeah, I was smoking
Since
before they even
14.
said,
Damn.
"Yo, they
Oh
you gotta
man.
remember, I was smoking before they even said, yeah, cigarettes are bad.
Right. Before they advertise it on TV and all of that.
You know, when
Yeah,
they
I
got
got you.
sued, remember when
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
states,
When the company tobacco companies got sued, yeah, all that. But
right?
yeah, but I mean, I like the deal. I mean, I'm not gun ho about getting Terrence Mann and holding on to his contract. I mean, I mean, he do got 3 more years left on his deal. He only make it 15. I mean, I guess instead of going to free agency and paying somebody, you can
Right.
just pick up a deal. Like since we not technically competing. So I mean, like we can just pick up a deal.
But they,
Drop it off.
yeah, they're not losing anything, and they can always give him away. If
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah. We go.
case,
Yeah, right. We
you
can
know what I'm
always give
saying?
them away like a aspiring deal, but I mean, it was some other deals that went down that was good. I did it on my show earlier. I did it on my I had an episode earlier, and I did it on I don't know if I sent it to you on Twitter or whatever, but I definitely did it on I did mine like 2 hours ago. I was just going over the trades that happened. It was the CJ McCollum deal that
Okay.
took place.
What was his deal?
It was CJ McCollum and who else? CJ McCollum trade. The CJ McCollum trade was
Let me see.
let me see. CJ. So the Pelicans traded CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk and future second round pick to Washington Wizards for Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and a 40th pick tomorrow. Now the ill part about that deal is that CJ getting Washington getting CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk, they getting expiring deals. They getting expiring contracts to
Right.
go along with their young players because they like what I guess the word around the street is they like the what Marcus Smart and Chris Middleton did for their locker room after the trade deadline. They got
Right.
some they like Alex Sarr obviously. They want to keep moving forward with Bilal Coulibaly, Bob Carrington, who they like. So that's a nice little young core to like, try to raise them like chia pet style. You know what I'm saying? Like, just put the water and the plants on them and everything and see how they roll. But they wanted to put some more vets in the locker room. So now, they also picked up the Chris Middleton player op, which is 1 more year for like $30 million. So, but I mean, it wasn't no real money. The Jordan Poole deal, they get off of that deal because that deal was kind of hurting them. They couldn't really move around too much.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so with so they got
Yeah.
CJ who was expiring, Kelly Olynyk who's expiring, Chris Middleton who's expiring this time next year,
Okay.
and they still got Marcus Smart who's on like kind of on a short deal, like 3 years, 60 mil, something like that,
Yeah.
some craziness like that, but
Yeah. Jordan Poole forward, Sadiq Bey, and number
right,
40 pick in the second
yeah,
round
yeah,
to the
yeah.
New Orleans Pelicans for guard CJ and forward center Kelly Olorick
Yeah,
with
Kelly
a
Olynyk.
future
Kelly Olynyk.
second
Yeah.
and a person with knowledge of the deal to. Okay, so that means whew, that means the Pelicans will want to pick a guard, maybe.
Do
Think?
do they? I mean, you got seats. You got if you got Jordan Poole, do you?
Right?
I
No,
think
no,
you
no. You
want
don't want a guard. You don't want a
no,
guard.
they want a big. I think
They
I
want a
think they want to
big.
go big. They want a
Right.
big. So
They want a
so
big, and
this this
The Wizards
this
would
low
want a
key kind of
guard.
helps us. Yeah. So the
The
Wizards would
Wizards,
probably
the Wizards are looking to take the best guard available.
I think so. Yeah, the Wizards are so the Wizards still pick before us, and
Right.
I think they're gonna still want a guard. The
Right.
Pelicans are out. They I think Jordan Poole. They got Jordan Poole.
Right.
They
And
got they
McCollum.
got Dejounte Murray.
Oh, right. They good. They
Yeah,
good.
so they good. So they good at the guard position. Now the only thing we really got to worry about is the Wizards. I don't know 100% if they want to guard. They like Bub Carrington. They like him. They
Okay.
really like him as a lead guard. Now maybe they might want a wing or a shooter because Bilal Coulibaly is kind of they a POA, they lockdown guy, they do it all type of small forward defender. Alex Sarr is the person, one of the young guys that they supposed to be rebuilding with. That's supposed to be like they 7 foot do it all kind of player. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, they so I'm thinking they probably looking for like another young shooter. They might be in the Trey Johnson sweepstakes. They might be in well, because I'm hearing the only team that worked out for the only player that worked out for Charlotte is Con Kneppel.
Okay.
So Con Kneppel could be coming off the board early just because he's the only person that worked out for Charlotte.
Right. Right.
BJ,
Right.
because they wanted the only other person that they wanted was BJ Edgecombe, but Philly liked him at number 3.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
Philly want to still keep that pick. The
Right.
only problem right now that we're having might be Washington, just off the simple strength that they like Bub Carrington. They just don't know if they want to pair Bub Carrington with somebody in the backcourt.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
if Washington, if we could clear Washington,
We'll get.
that leaves Fears right on the board for us.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So basically, this is 24 hours. This is 24 hours is about to happen, bro.
Yo, man,
I
this
ain't
shit
gonna
is
lie to you,
crazy.
bro. Like
This
it,
shit is
it, it is
crazy.
wild.
It's
It is
wild. It's
it's
like the
wild.
wild, wild west, man.
It is wild. It
Yo,
is
I
wild.
can't sleep. I take a nap. I wake up, and I'm looking at my phone. X is off the chain. Yo, shit's
Yeah.
moving around, and I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Listen, actually, it's crazy. But all I will say is this: in terms of Shams was 100% right about these deals. They going like fast, like
I
hotcakes.
I knew it was going to be a wild, wild west in the
Yeah,
next
yeah. So
24 hours.
so 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 um so look out. So now that the Celtics got off of Drew
The
Holiday
Knicks,
yesterday,
right?
Porzingis today, so they retooling.
They are retooling. I don't think
They
they
retooling.
rebuilding. They just retooling.
They just retooling. Yeah, because you still got Tatum, you still got Brown, and
Right.
you picked up Anthony Simons.
Right.
So Anthony Simons, they might be like want to be the young piece that they want to retool with. I'm hearing, don't quote me on this. I'm hearing that Simons might be Jalen Brown's replacement, just because of the money.
Right. Oh, so that's the money
Because,
thing.
yeah. So that's a money thing. So the Celtics issue is they
And the
after they
second
got off.
tier.
Yeah, they in the second tier. So they got off of Porzingis, they got off of Drew.
Right.
Now they kind of narrowing down in that first tier a little bit. If they get off of Brown and they could leave some money on the table for whatchamacallit, then they don't got no more aprons to worry about.
Right.
So they might want to get off of Brown probably before the season start, and but they thinking about what team would take that contract. Um, they thinking about what team would take that contract right away. They can't find a team just yet. It's gonna have to be more trades, a little bit more stuff to be in the works. Now, in terms of the rest of the East, we know Orlando made their move.
Right. They done.
Indiana is still on the clock because you got
Yeah, they got
Halliburton
moves.
out.
Right.
You got Halliburton out for probably a year, and you got Miles Turner contract. If they don't resign Miles Turner, we ain't worried. Nobody in the East is worried about them.
Right.
Nobody.
Nobody. Yeah.
So
I agree.
and then you don't have Halliburton for the year, so that team is pretty much going to plummet.
Yeah, they're
So
gonna
that's
tank.
one team that's
So they're
out.
basically going to be rebuilding.
Yeah. So the top three, which we talked about, probably I think we was on stream the other night. We talked about
Yeah.
Orlando, the Knickerbombers,
Yeah.
and Cleveland.
Right.
Those are the three teams that's probably still legitimate. We know for sure are going to compete. They know they could be very well 1, 2, 3.
Right.
So after that, I'm thinking about other teams right now. I'm not thinking about Miami. I'm not thinking about the Wizards because they where we are. I'm not thinking about Charlotte because they below where we are.
Right.
I'm not thinking about like if I'm bringing up like other teams in the East. Philly, we don't take seriously.
Right.
Toronto, maybe they a young team, depending on if they get their way in the draft. Chicago, they got a core, they got a young core. Detroit is a playoff team. Milwaukee still got Giannis. They don't know what they want to do. They got Dame is out with Achilles injury as well.
Right.
So the only contenders that you got is Orlando, Cleveland, New York, and the Knicks. Boston is most likely going to plummet because they don't
Yeah.
want to think they want to retool, but they want to retool enough to where they could get in the play-in and then still get like a lottery pick and still retool with that and still move the pieces.
Right. Right. Right.
Detroit is a come up team, is a coming up team. They made the playoffs.
Right.
Indiana is gonna fall off.
Right.
They probably gonna go in the play-in.
Right.
Miami probably 10th. Atlanta, I say Atlanta could compete because I mean Atlanta roster is pretty okay. Now that they got Porzingis,
Yeah, they've been
they should be
together.
all right.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah,
together
they've been
for a
they've
minute.
been together. Yeah. So Atlanta got wing defenders. They got Jalen Johnson coming back,
Yeah, they're gonna
and
be all right.
now, they're gonna be all right. So they probably might be a playoff team. Chicago, I think
I don't. We don't know.
Chicago got
Mm,
Chicago. Here's the thing about Chicago. They have three pieces that they're going forward with.
right.
Giddy, what's the other kid? Bazelis
Right.
and damn, young boy with the afro, Kobe White.
Kobe White.
Right. So they got them three pieces that they want to go forward with. Right. As far as we know, they want a center. Derek
Right.
Queen name keep coming up when it comes to them.
He would be a nice fit for them.
Right. Derek Queen name keep coming up because the Raptors want Kamal Malawat because of his
Yeah.
relationship with the GM Musab Jerry because they
Right.
from the
Right.
same place in Africa or whatever. So
Right. 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 Right.
um so you got Toronto, Chicago, Atlanta who might be competing next year.
Yeah, Chicago should be a little better too.
Washington, they got a 1 year vets. They might, I mean, the veterans don't really like losing, but I feel like Washington is in the same place that we was. The only thing is Washington got a core that they want to go forward.
Right.
We didn't have a young core that we wanted to go forward with. We didn't.
Right. No.
Everybody keeps saying Cam Thomas, but they can't name me the other two players that you want to go forward with.
You
You can't.
can't. You can't. We was like a NBA G League team for a minute.
Basically, basically, that's basically what we was. It's a lot of
But
lying going on.
it's no knock on it. Everybody
It's
hustles
not. It's
and
not.
play
No. It's
hard,
not. It's not.
but it
No.
but
It's
it
not.
is
It's not a knock on it, bro. Like just in terms of it, how it played, but it's a knock on it in terms of how it looks and in terms of our competition.
yeah.
Because if you putting G League comp on the court and telling them, "Yo, we could build from this," no, we can't.
We see they respond in the way that they know they can't because they won all these picks. So they telling you that we
Right.
getting ready to, the axe
We
is
getting ready.
flying.
We getting ready to fold it in. Like I listen, look, the one I was watching something earlier. I was watching the birth of the Toronto Raptors earlier, part one. I'm only on part one. I
Right,
was watching how they came in the league in '95. They basically were saying, bro, like they was a part of the six teams that came into the league during Jordan's run.
right,
Nobody wanted Toronto to win anything ever. The league didn't. They was just there to like, I have a fan base, have a team, da 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 da. And the one thing I found out about expansion teams from watching this documentary, the owners, the suits that was in business during that time with Isaiah Thomas and all of them that bought onto Toronto in they said, yo, they don't choose the name of the team.
right,
The league chooses the name. The
right.
league chooses the name, bro. Like,
Wow.
you want a team? That's okay. But we choosing the name.
Right,
David Stern told him straight up, well, oh, it's cool. If you want a name, you can have a name, but we choosing it.
right,
So we a-okay the name. So so how it turned out, one of the I guess one of the buyers, one of the person that helped Isaiah Thomas in a majority stake bring the team in, he got the name for his 5-year-old son.
Wow.
Because his 5-year-old son was into Jurassic Park and shit. He liked
Jurassic
the movie
Park. Oh, that makes
and
sense.
everything. Yeah,
That makes
his
sense.
so he was like,
So Raptor.
they wanted to originally name their team the Toronto T Rex, and his son
Right.
was like, "Hey, Dad, what's wrong with Raptors and everything?" So like, and then they put Raptors in the newspaper, and then everybody voted Raptors, and that's how they got the team.
Yeah, that shit
But
fits too.
the main thing that I got from the first part of that video was one of the owners that was involved in like the first couple of years of the Toronto Raptors. He said, when you like anytime you're a team that's struggling, all you're doing is selling your fan base hope, and then
Right.
hopefully you win.
Right. Yeah.
That's all you're doing, and
One.
that's all we being sold. Listen, and no pun intended, bro. Like I don't want to associate myself by being big fan.
Right.
No pun intended at all. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, and shout out to Breeze, man, like, and everything you do. But I mean, obviously, I'm going to support, man, because this is home. It's always going to be home, bro. It's us. It's plenty of us anywhere, bro. Like, you
Right.
got Big
Right.
Priest in Atlanta. I'm going to Texas. We
Yeah, we're
got
gonna be all
PT and
over.
we got PT in Colorado. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we mobilizing, bro. We like the Decepticons, bro. We mobilizing, bro. We all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That's how we
Yeah.
doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You take it with you.
I just want to make it clear that this front office, they know they got a lot of work to do, and this is one of the reasons why this trade that happened just now for the three-way trade for Porzingis happened the way it did,
Right.
because they know they screwed up in the past going for home runs,
Right.
and we all
Exactly.
know how it went. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I mean,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
I mean, but at the same time, just to wrap up the Porzingis trade, the way that we got in it, I think it was solid. I mean, it's not a game changer, but it is. We did move up to another spot in this draft.
I think
We
it's
got the
because you got
22nd
more
pick.
pieces. They got more pieces for
Yeah,
you to
we got
entice. You can
you
entice
know,
somebody now. You can
yeah,
give
yeah, you,
away
you could.
you can give away 3 picks and still
You could
have
give
two
away
in the
not
top
yeah,
10.
you could give yeah, it's possible that you could give away 19,
Now,
22,
would they?
26, and
Would them
27.
other teams do it? I don't know. I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
neither.
But it's enticing though for some teams.
I put it to you this way, bro. It depends on how the other GMs view the draft.
Right.
Because if these GMs view the draft as overrated, then
Right. They're
these
not
picks
gonna
is
move. They're not gonna
then
move.
we gotta turn these we gotta pick these picks and turn sugar into shit.
Yeah,
And turn
or our G
shit.
League, or our G League will be overcrowded. That's all.
I ain't gonna lie, our G League team our G League team will be a dynasty, nigga. The Long Island Nets. We six straight G League titles. We better win them all.
That G League team will be dynamite.
That
Let's
G
put it
League
that
team
way.
better dominate. Are you kidding me?
It'll be dominant.
Like I do not, bro. I wish I was moving to Long Island, bro. I go right to G League games. I'm like, yo, they're taking the Long Island Nets. You know what it is, you know. But
Yeah,
I think this is a solid deal, though. I mean, it shows me that
he
they're
cares.
they're
That's for
that they're
sure.
learning from their mistakes.
Right, exactly.
That deal shows me that they're learning from their mistakes. But don't be too quick to jump on every goddamn trade and pull the trigger.
No, I think they kind of stayed out of things too. I think they
Yeah, they
might
did.
have. They
They
didn't
did.
say too much. They didn't, and they just let the media kick it around,
Hmm.
and then you didn't hear them kick back. They made
Right,
this
right,
little
right,
move, and they didn't give up nothing. So
right.
they gave up money, but I mean, they had plenty of it, and they still do. So I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't hurt them to give up $15 million a year.
No. It don't. It don't. This. We did it before with other players. We did it before with Struder. We did it
Right.
before with DFS. We did it before with other players that we had while we were still in the shitter and we were still in the Ben Simmons era
Exactly.
and everything. So I mean, this is good. This is a good day.
Yeah, yeah,
I like it. I'm not in love with it, but I like it. I mean,
yeah. Me too.
I
That's how
cool
I
with it.
feel.
You know?
I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, I know you paying
Okay.
attention, Sean.
Okay.
You paying
Okay.
attention.
Okay. Now. Okay. Now I know you learned something.
Right, right.
You learned something.
Yeah, he put
You
got some
know.
more chips on the table. That's all he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. So all right. You slowly getting back in the good graces, but you ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
Like
the
I mean,
the game ain't over.
yeah, the game ain't over because to be quite honest with you, tomorrow night, and I was doing something on my page where I was saying that the team that's going to win multiple championships in this CBA is the team that has it set up to where they top three players are making what Steph was making back in 2015. If you go back to Steph's contract,
Right.
back when they first started winning championships,
Yeah.
4 years, $44 million. Now you thinking to yourself, bro, like that's a low ball ass goddamn deal.
Oh, that's a sweet deal.
Yeah, but it's a sweet deal for the team because
Yeah.
now
You
you think
can
it's
you
like
can negotiate.
you
You
can
can win.
negotiate. Yeah, you can negotiate. But here's the thing: I think fans we do ourselves a disservice as fans of a team
Right.
because at the end of the day, we fans of a team. We do ourselves a disservice of fans of a team falling in love with these damn players.
Well,
They come and go.
yeah, you're right about that. I
We
understand that
do.
it's a business. I understand that. I
Yes,
do understand that.
yeah, we understand. We understand it's a business, bro. So when we got 50 to 60 something% of our fan base, and you know who they are,
Right.
hollering out, "Yo, pay Cam Thomas the Nat,
I,
pay him the Nats." What? For what?
I never agreed with that. I mean, now you
I
know
never agreed with it either.
listen, I love Cam Thomas, I do, but I'm not giving him $150 million. I'm just not. I'm
I'm
just
not
not.
giving them. I'm not giving them 80 mil, bro. It's between let, yo, Scott, let's be honest.
Yeah, I am.
Who
I'm trying to
else
be
is
honest.
offering Cam Thomas
It's that kind of
22
money.
mil a year?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who need him that bad?
No, the thing is,
Malik Monk got what 4 years, 70.
right,
You telling me, bro? Like, yo, he deserved more than that
right, exactly.
because you're paying the young man off of potential, and he ain't got no trophy case to show for it. Even though he been in the league 5 years, it's the same thing they did to Kobe White. They
Right.
probably there's a reason they doing what they doing. They know the skill set. But if you really think that you could go somewhere and go get a contract and go get a big scoop of chunk of change, by all means, go ahead and go do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of players that tried to do it, bro. And how did it work out for them?
Right.
They get their money.
Right. Right.
You remember Nerlens Noel?
Yeah, I remember.
You remember Michael Kidd Gilchrist, bro. You remember all of these dudes that tried
Yeah.
to go all the way, bro, and go get that and go bet on themselves? How did it work out? Did it
Right.
work out?
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Yeah.
your talent alone is not what pays you. It's not your production alone is not what pays you. It is what you have accomplished on that sheet, bro. When it says two-time All NBA, when it says two-time All Star, when it says two-time champion, when it says two-time award winner of the defensive player or sixth man or this, that, the third,
Well,
those are
I personally think that in the case of Cam Thomas, he is liked here, and if you see the potential in the team to make a run, to make any kind of substantial run in this market, you can make money not just by playing ball, but off the court
right,
because of the market you in.
right,
Where if you're in a small market, it's a little different. You're in a
yeah,
small market, your face will be plastered on a billboard where it's a car dealership with used cars. But
exactly.
here, your face is plastered on 42nd Street facing,
I put it to you this way,
you
bro.
see,
Like Scott,
that's the difference.
I want to listen. I want to say that. I mean, but in this day and age, I don't think the market is Marcus is not the city no more. The market is social media.
Yeah.
Social media to me is the markets now because
Yeah.
listen, everybody wanted to complain about SGA and the OKC boys not celebrating in their locker room. I know you probably heard the story, but
Yeah, I heard the
they
story.
yeah. So they Rachel Nichols was reporting about how many unopened bottles of champagne it was, and it was so many bottles of champagne left. They've never seen a locker room that civilized
So
before.
while
I'm
yeah,
like,
everybody is
they young. First off, they young men who just won a championship in Middle America.
right. They not
Oklahoma
they
City,
haven't they haven't
Oklahoma
really
City.
suffered. They haven't really
Yeah,
suffered.
they
They
didn't
didn't
suffer.
earn they didn't earn that glory yet. See, it's different. Like when Michael
Exactly.
Jordan did it, he was injured. He came back. He had to get with the coach. He had to get with
Right.
the, it took time before he get his 6 rings. He put
Yeah.
his sweat and tear and blood literally into winning those titles. So when he
Right.
got the chance to hold that trophy, it meant everything to him.
Everything. And don't get me wrong, and this is not a knock against SGA.
No,
When
it's not. He
SGA got
can't.
to when SGA got to the Oklahoma City Thunder, listen, at best, I mean, he was potential. There's very few people in the league that knew where he was going to be.
Right,
There's very
exactly.
few people that was watching basketball, and you watch when he was on the Clippers and he was in a Clipper uniform before they
Exactly.
got Kawhi, before they got PG. There was very few people that knew what he was going to be.
Right.
It was very few people that knew about what happened Sunday night.
Right,
Very
exactly.
few. So I'm not saying it in a way that's like to making it seem like SGA didn't struggle, this, that, and the third. I
Right,
mean,
right.
they're
Right.
like,
He
yo,
did. He
they
been around a
made
little
that
bit.
like, yeah, he been around. I mean, but let's be clear. Let's be accurate about what SGA went through.
Right.
First year with the Clippers, they made the playoffs. Second year, he was on the Thunder. They made the playoffs.
Right,
Third
exactly.
year, you missed the playoffs.
Right.
The fourth year, you missed the playoffs. The fifth year, which was last year, you finished first in the West.
Right, right.
This year, you finished first in the West.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, listen, y'all,
There wasn't
listen,
that much
quiet,
suffering going on.
quiet as kept. You can say OKC fan base is and the people that think that they suffered is a lot like the San Antonio Spurs fan base. It's not loud, it's not brash. You're not going to see people running in the street and
Nah.
going crazy like they was doing on the other side of the bridge, which me and you know about.
Right,
So
right.
after they beat the Celtics in the
Yeah.
second round series,
Yeah, that city almost
yelling
shut
and
down.
hollering and screaming,
It
bro,
wasn't even
and
a
throwing
title.
and throwing franks and everything, bro. And listen, and I understand. I'm not. This is no way near comparing middle Manhattan to middle America, Oklahoma.
Right, right, right.
Oklahoma is a football state. If you really want to keep it a
Yeah,
hundred.
yeah, of course, of course.
So
Yeah,
those young men that didn't know how to open bottles of champagne to their own championship victory was only 20 something years old. They one of the youngest teams to win a championship in over 40 something years.
yeah. I wouldn't be
A lot of them
surprised
kids,
if
bro, should probably be in college right now.
I
Let's
wouldn't be.
keep it honest.
Yes, that's true. I wouldn't be surprised if they cracked some Sprite bottles open.
Yeah, they crack some Sprite bottles and some orange juice. They be like, hey, man, thanks. I mean, they used to simple things. The most lavish shit they did is when FTA won MVP. He got them all Rolexes,
Yeah,
jewelry and shit.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
the Gen Z championship team. It
yeah.
is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So I'm
Definitely
not.
is.
And congratulations to them young boys, man. I mean,
Yeah, they put it together.
obviously,
I'm happy for them.
obviously, it came at the expense of a key injury,
Yeah,
but I mean, we got rewarded how we rewarded or whatever, man. But congratulations to those young boys. But I said all that to say this: for anybody that think that they got the recipe to winning more and more championships and multiple championships, think again.
yeah,
This shit ain't that damn easy. And I think they know it ain't that damn easy. They went 7 games with a team that they took very, very lightly.
yep. They were
So,
lucky.
so this
To
goes
be
to so
honest with
yeah,
you, there was some luck played.
oh yeah, oh absolutely,
There was some
absolutely.
luck played in that
Because if,
one.
if you speak to people that watch this championship run from start to finish,
You got
they
to
will
say
tell
that.
you a healthy Aaron Gordon, bro, they don't get out of that series.
Nope.
A healthy Halliburton, they don't hoist the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Right.
Now,
Exactly.
don't get now. Here's the thing: you can put yourself in position to compete
Right.
for championships. You can put yourself in a position to make your chances better.
Right.
And I
Exactly.
think and compete from years to come. And that's
Right.
obviously what Sam Presti has done. He
Right.
got
Right.
2 first-round picks in this draft and 3 first-round picks in the next year draft. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Did you
that's
know that?
crazy. That's ridiculous.
That's,
So
that's utterly insane. So you're not lacking youth. You're not lacking. If you want to rebuild, you can do this shit at a drop of a dime.
right.
If you Sam Presti.
Right.
If SGA come to the front office and this is one of the reasons why I think SGA and all of them boys was well behaved in that locker room when they won that
Because they
championship
can be gone.
because they could be going. You damn right. You absolutely right.
yeah.
Because
That,
Chet, J Dub, Lou
yeah.
Dort,
Yep.
Casey Wallace, they all know that they can be gone
Yep. For sure.
and be in much worse situations. Listen, SGA is in a very, very fortunate situation. MVP, scoring champion, Finals MVP, Conference MVP. Bro, the only people that can say that is Shaq and Jordan.
Right.
That's a very lucrative compensation, bro. But he knows with the way that the CBA is and the way that the Oklahoma City market is, your ass could get going.
Yep. Yep.
And OKC is now that they got a championship, it's almost like the head coach, who's young as well, who's
Right.
about 32. He's younger than that. He's younger than me.
Right.
The head
Yeah.
coach is 31, 32.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a young team.
Yeah.
So
Very young. Very young.
Sam Presti, if Sam Presti could wake up tomorrow and be like,
You know what? Get rid of this.
you know what? I'm flipping this.
I'm flipping it.
I'm flipping this.
I'm flipping it. Yep.
I'm flipping it.
Yep.
So that's what Sam Presti put himself in. This people don't. I don't think people realize how much the CBA favors the front office and and management
that
and
gives them total
upstairs.
control. It gives them control. It gives
It gives them
total-
a lot of control to
A
whether
lot of
they want to
control.
go over. So whether they want to go over the cap, they want to go over the first and second apron, or they want to stay under it and be like, "Yo, we won a championship. Hey, man, you just got the MVP. I can't afford him."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What did Denver do? What did Milwaukee do?
Yeah.
So the reality of it is that I
This is
think that
different.
it is lucrative as situation that we are in. We are not exempt
Nope.
from the high costs of the league and the high costs of this first and second apron. The Celtics and the Lakers they have just sold their teams. The Celtics and the Lakers.
Yeah.
Scott, you've been around a long time.
I've seen it. Yep.
The Buss family have been under the umbrella of the Lakers, bro, and at the top of the league for generations.
Yes, they
Since
have.
the 70s.
Yeah, they get what
They
they
paid
want.
$64 million for that team back in 79, and
get
they
what
flipped it for
want.
$10 billion.
Right. They get what they want. In the league, they get what they want.
But yeah, they do get what they want. But at the same time, this CBA ain't
No,
for
it changed it.
everybody.
Yeah, it changed it. It changed the game.
This CBA definitely changed the game, and it opened it up to where you got you gonna mess around and see young teams left and right win championships. You might see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might see a team you might see a team where 2 of the best players on a team is rookies win a championship.
Yeah, because it's easier, or it's much more better for you to balance the books with young
Mhm.
players than it is
Yeah.
older players. So
Right.
you're gonna see senior players take actually less money to be on
Right.
a team if they want to win.
Right. And I think and this is to
And the
me
young
this
players
CBA.
are not going to be able to get that kind of money like they.
Yeah, right.
They
Well,
gonna
the
get kicked
thing that
around.
hit, the thing is, the young players are not going to be able to see the luxury supermaxes of a Jason Tatum or of Jalen Brown because when they paid them $200-300 after they won that championship, I guarantee you the other 29 owners was like, hell no.
I can't afford that.
I can't afford that. So This is and people want to know why Luka got traded.
Right.
That's Exhibit A, because when he got traded, his Knicks extent because of that trade.
Right.
That trade cost him $175 million.
Wow.
He would have got 330, 350 max had he stayed with the Mavericks. But because somebody upstairs in politics
Right.
and in the NBA front office, all combined, bro, this was a presidential type of deal.
Yeah.
Everybody was in on this.
Yeah.
This was economics.
Yeah. It was
I'm
economics
not paying
101.
one dude $330-something million for 5 years.
No way possible.
And I'm pretty sure the Memphis Grizzlies feel the same way about Triple J and John Morant.
Yeah, they
And
do.
I'm pretty sure other teams feel the same way about their other players too, bro. Because
Now,
Steph Curry.
Do you think players? Let me ask you this question: do you think players will do what Jalen Brunson did?
Yes, I think they will. Especially if they playing comfortably. I'll put it to you this way: SGA will probably be the second person to do what Jalen Brunson did. But the reason being is because this is smart young man. You can see it in these dudes' faces. I think that he wants to toe the line with management as much as possible. This is a hell of a damn team. Even still, you still playing with guys that you cool with in Chet and J Dub. Right. You want one of them to get the most for their buck as possible, but you still want Oklahoma City to have flexibility to stay under that second apron. Right. That's second or first apron, which is cool. They one of them teams. If they get over the first apron, bro, they might be cooked. Same with Denver. Denver is. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Joker deserves every dime.
Yeah.
And he has proved that he deserves every dime. But don't be surprised if Michael Porter Jr. ain't there.
Right.
Don't be surprised if Aaron Gordon ain't around.
Right.
Don't be surprised if Jamal Murray ain't around.
Yeah.
He's just dudes because what me and you seeing in real time, Scott. Yeah. These teams that won championships. The other players that's below the number one option on that championship team,
right?
You see these players little by little every season going out. Like just everybody just doing this,
separating,
and this, and then you got Giannis that's still by himself, and then next thing you know you got Joker that's still by himself, because small markets like Denver and Milwaukee, they not trying to buy their way to championships. If they win another championship, it's gonna be with players that nobody saw coming.
That's for sure. That is for sure,
bro. Bro, Joker is a second round pick.
Yeah.
And he has put himself in the last 5 years in the echelon of some of the greatest players ever.
Yeah. Being a second round pick, yeah, that's amazing.
Being a second round pick with this resume? Come on.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
amazing. So you what you got to do is you got to look at the in terms of business, the markets of these the market of the it's not necessarily cities anymore.
Oh,
the market.
I'm having a brownout.
You having a brownout?
Yeah.
I seen your light blinking. I was like, what the hell? Like,
yeah. I'm having a brownout in my area.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie. The joint, the AC went off the fan. I can't even say the AC. The fan went off, and I was like, and then it went back on. I was just like, all right, yeah. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I've been having intermittent problems with the power.
Yeah. Listen, it was $105. It was 105 today, bro. I walk. Yo, I'm no lie. It's 10 o'clock right now. Oh yeah. But speaking of which, I need to go on my channel, so I'm leaving in a minute. It was 10. Yo, it was so hot, bro. I walked right to. I had a towel on my head. The towel got hot dumb fast. I could have swore that shit was steaming. I was like, what the
It was.
I was like, nah. But yeah, let me get on my page, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this game
I'll
right
talk to
quick,
you
bro.
later. I'll talk to
Yeah,
you later.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Please,
I'm going live.
please.
I'm going live on a few. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All
definitely.
right, so I'll meet you there. All right.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Apartment Gamer out. Scott Lewis.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.